Hi, this is Klaus from the English-speaking Str8ts forum. Today I want to say something about my one more puzzle, to Extreme 244. There have been tons of comments and posts in the forum to this puzzle, and so I take the opportunity and tell my latest take of that. I myself wrote some nonsense there, and I apologize, and I hope now to clarify the situation with this. Okay, so here's the starting position. As always, we let the solver do the basics. Then we have the little observation that 6 is a must in C9 or D9, cos 5 is a must in C8 or D8. This gives a little elimination, especially the 6 in B9 can be eliminated. And so we have a little more and the situation is a bit clearer. Okay, now this is the starting position of the considerations. I think there are three UR arguments in this position, and I will go through them. The first is what Laren said about a 6-cell UR in G1 to 3 and H1 to 3. I do not want to go into detail about this. Laren wrote about this a lot, and I think it's correct. And there follows that 7 is a must here or here, and with this some X-wing and some further elimination. But as far as I can see, this doesn't lead to the end of the puzzle. So I will not talk anymore about this. Laren did this, and you can read about it in the forum a lot. I will go to the other two UR constellations here. And the first is this one-cell compartment at C6. A lot have been said, and I will say the same. And okay, one-cell compartments are always interesting for UR argumentations. And this, I think, comes from the fact that you always can ask yourself, how do all candidates disappear but one? And there must be some constellation in the puzzle that forces away the candidates that are not correct. And in this case, we have 4 candidates here, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And what is possible for this cell? And the first that comes to mind is that 9 does not appear in neither row C in any other cell as a candidate, nor in column 6. So 9 can never be forced away by some constellation in the puzzle, and so it's clear that if we assume a unique solution of the puzzle, then C6 has to be 9. If it would not be 9 but another value, then given a solution of the puzzle, you always can replace this value by 9 and will not hurt the integrity of the solution. So it has to be 9. Okay, now we could fix this as 9, and this would be fine, but nothing special, because nothing else follows from this fact. So we would have fixed one candidate, but no other eliminations possible. And here comes in another consideration, and this is often more interesting. It's what facts in the puzzle do eliminate the other candidates in this cell, which are in this case 5, 6, and 7. And as we assume a unique solution, then these 3 candidates must be taken away by force from the cell by some constellation in the puzzle. And this is the more interesting question, because it gives us more opportunities to eliminate something. Now, if we look at this 5, 6, and 7, we see that they only appear here and here and here. So we have 3 candidates, 5, 6, and 7, which have to be eliminated, and it can only happen through 3 cells, this, this, and this. And so we have a hidden triple, because these 3 cells must hold the 3 candidates 5, 6, and 7. And this gives us some elimination. We can immediately draw the conclusion that this is not allowed to be 8, and this is not allowed to be 1. And if we do so, we get eliminations. So I take away this 8, and I take away this 1, and I let the solver do a bit. And this leads us here. We can also exclude 5 and 4 here, because we know 7 has to be eliminated. So we get this situation. Okay, this is fine, this is nice. But here we are again stuck. And I can see no real way to progress here. Surely there were some chains, but at this point I do not want to look at them. But what is really crucial to remember is that the point of the argumentation was not that this cell is 9, but the point was that 5, 6, and 7 have to appear in the other cells. That's the concept what I think PKF in the forum meant when he or she said, spoke about the global and the local consequences of UR argumentations. And so here we have the local consequence, this is 9, is not so interesting, but the global consequences, that 5, 6, and 7 have to appear somewhere else, were much more fruitful in the solving process. So, okay, this is nice here, but again, it does not lead to the solution of the puzzle. Here again we are stuck, and we have to find something else. And this gives me the opportunity to go back and draw another conclusion which will solve the puzzle. So I go back to the situation before, which is this. And this is the observation of the user Ban Sal Saab. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but that's the way it's written. And he made the following observation. It's again a UR argument, and it's that you consider these 4 cells, and you ask yourself again the question, how can these 4 cells be solved by force in a unique way, so that we have a unique solution? And this means that somehow one of these 4 digits that are possible here, 5 to 8, have to disappear by force from these cells. And how is this possible? We can look at it. Of course, it's not possible through column 8 or 9, because these are pairs here and they do not appear in any of the other cells. It's clear. Then in row C we have this here, where some elimination could happen, but we have already seen this has to be 9. So it has no impact on the value of this 2 cells. So what is left is only this compartment here. And in this compartment only the 5. Only the 5 have influence on the values of these 4 cells. And so if we assume, as usual, a unique solution, then we can conclude at once that this compartment has to contain a 5. Otherwise, the old UR argument, assume there is no 5 here and assume that there is a solution, which we always do, then we could exchange the values of these 2 cells with these 2 cells, and we surely would not hurt the integrity of the solution, and by this get a second solution. This is the old. It's funny what happens here on my PC. It's not It's not from me. It's something from outside. It's always funny. Okay, I hope that was it. No, it was not. So, okay, here I am again. It's funny here. So, okay, and again here, this was what we observed already in the last observation, that the global impact of an UR argument, that what happens outside the UR, outside this cells, is that the 5 has to be here, and this is more important than what happens inside. I really don't know what this is the hell, but okay, maybe. Okay, so that's, I think, is an important thing to remember, that not only fixing of cells and candidates is necessary, but always the thought, what in hell can force this, what I need for a unique solution. And this is often much more value than the local considerations. So, okay, here we have seen that 5 is a must here. This means, of course, in advance that 1 cannot be in this compartment, and this gives really progress and solves the puzzle, as now 1 is a single in this column